The nature of souls on earth. Man has falsely identified himself with the pseudo-soul or ego. When he transfers his sense of identity to his true being, the immortal soul, he discovers that all pain is unreal. He no longer can even imagine the state of suffering. And that was Yogananda who said that. The Bible and the Dead Sea Scrolls speak of a battle that will be fought in the final days between the sons and daughters of light and the sons and daughters of darkness. This is called the Battle of Armageddon. The vision from thousands of years ago reveals that a total of 7 battles will be fought, the first 3 battles being won by the sons of darkness and the next 3 by the sons of light. The final battle, the 7th, will be won after a tremendous struggle by the sons of light. With this victory, peace and prosperity will reign on earth for 1,000 years. The Battle of Armageddon not only is here on earth today, but also is alive and well. This battle is being fought in the etheric and on the third dimensional plane by forces working through humanity. These forces represent the fight for control between the lower self, ego, and the higher self, or will of God. Once individuals become aware of this, most grow so strong in the light that they acquire the strength needed for victory in all circumstances. If a person is unaware of this etheric battle, however, he or she can be likened to a puppet manipulated in an arena by the forces of darkness. The children of light have returned to earth and are gearing up for the final 4 battles. For the first 3 already have been won by the sons and daughters of darkness. Observe the state of world affairs. At the time of publication of this book, 1996, look at the crime, greed, wars, starvation, drugs, hopelessness, and desperation that have overcome so many. Some individuals are even fearful of leaving their homes, while others feel powerless in fighting for their basic human rights. In America, some say we already have lost 1 generation of children because of our own inaction and the inaction of governmental and societal systems. If we lose another, it may be nearly impossible to recover within the time that we have left. There is a sense of spiraling downward, economically, spiritually, physically, and socially. In short, we have reached the abyss, the deepest moment of humanity's despair. Can you see this? Ascended Master Kutumi calls the decade of the 90s the darkest of times. He says that the masters can see into our future and that this period ultimately will test all souls on earth, forcing them to choose the light or to choose the darkness. Ultimately, this battle is a battle for our souls. It is the time of judgment, but not the time for others to do the judging. It is the time for us to choose. In the end, we are our own judges and juries by virtue of our actions, words, thoughts, and emotions. We are these sons and daughters of light who have come to earth to fight the final battles. Are they already here? What do they look like? At first glance, all humans appear to look the same. The human form appears identical with the exception of skin color, gender, size, etc. So if everyone looks the same, where are these people? To see them, one must look with a vision beyond the sight of physical eyes. One must look with the third eye into the soul to see their auras emanating from within. When one acquires this vision, it is easy to see these beings of light, for there are 1 million of them walking among the masses. They are the reincarnated high priest and priestesses of the former 6 golden ages, the reborn saints, the pharaohs, and the risen Atlantean masters who have embodied once again to bring the light and higher truths to the world. These beings have an unfaltering vision and know clearly that the battle of Armageddon is not lost, but already is won in the etheric. Atlantis has risen, as the sleeping prophet Edgar Cayce predicted so many decades ago. It has risen through the souls of these masters who have come to hold the light for the world. In the book of Matthew, chapter 7, Jesus talks about these beings of light who will return and live only within the laws of the universe to command God's will on earth. Ye shall know them by their fruits. These souls have been sent to earth by the order of Melchizedek to bring in the power of the Christos energy, and to teach this power to every soul in embodiment who wants to learn. They are the legions of light workers, representing all quadrants of the universe, who have journeyed to earth to bring in the new world. They are embodied in all countries, races, and religions, and they understand oneness. In short, they represent the Christ consciousness and all that is contained in this divine power. They represent the culmination of all truths ever brought to earth by the many great masters who have walked before us in countries all over the world. These souls vibrate with a higher light frequency because they already have passed the lessons and test of initiations in earlier lives. Many may have been Christians who were thrown to the lions or suffered other agonizing deaths through the ignorance of those in control at the time. All passed over to the other side, forgiving their trespassers. This accomplishment brought them their tickets to come here. Still others may have lived simple, uncomplicated lives and learned, like the Buddha, what enlightenment is. No matter what their paths, the point is that there is only one way, the light, and they attained the light. For example, and through teachings, these souls will once again instruct in the new mystery schools and remind everyone of the truths that we have all known, but momentarily have forgotten. Since the fall of Atlantis, the fall of humanity, consciousness has slipped so far into the masculine energy that we collectively have forgotten the power of the light and the feminine principles. We have fallen asleep by shutting ourselves off from the light. As a result, we find ourselves in a dark pool, struggling for a way to see. Through the light of these high-level souls, this pathway will be found again. The soul is the true essence of who and what we are. It is that which houses our akashic records, the data bank that stores all the experiences and knowledge we have accumulated since the beginning of our existence. Lessons and accomplishments from lifetime after lifetime are carried within the essence of the soul, and the strength of its light determines the strength of our character. The greater the light, the higher dimensional a being one is. In this way, higher consciousness is achieved, which brings more faith in the power of this light that is ruled by the Christ energy. The lower the light, the more lessons one has to learn and the more karma one has to clear. The age of the soul and the number of its previous lifetimes do not determine higher consciousness. Higher consciousness enlightenment comes from meaningful experiences and lessons past with the understanding that there truly is only one law, the law of love. When one leads a life expressing this belief, the mind and heart begin to open to new realities, and other dimensional truths become known. Two kinds of souls are embodied on earth today, celestial and earthlings. The celestial souls. The souls of the children of light are those who have come to earth directly from other dimensions and parts of the universe. Many of them have not had many incarnations on earth because they learned earth's curriculum long ago and graduated to experience higher dimensional realities. When they did embody, they often chose roles as monks, nuns, priests, priestesses, lamas, yogis, and other spiritual rulers. Most were Atlantean masters more than 10,000 years ago. Primarily, they volunteered to come to Earth during these times to offer assistance in bringing more light to the world. In reality, all souls originated from other parts of the universe. The celestial souls are those who remember this. Today, most of these celestial souls are common people living ordinary lives. They have embodied in ordinary situations because this is part of a celestial plan. The plan designed for Earth's transition into the age of Aquarius.